Before you quit again? Stop! Just for 2 minutes. Not to motivate you, but to show you the trap you didn't even see. You think you're giving up because you're weak or lazy, but that's not the truth. You're quitting because something inside you got hijacked. There are triggers. Silent. Hidden. They wear the mask of logic. They whisper, "Not worth it. Too late. You're not good enough." But those voices, they don't belong to the future version of you. They belong to your fear. So before you give up again, let's dismantle the lie, one layer at a time. Chapter 1. The moment you break. You rarely quit in the middle of chaos. You quit when it gets quiet, when the adrenaline fades, when the praise stops, when you're alone with your thoughts. That's when it creeps in. That little voice that says, "Is this even worth it? Does any of this matter?" And in that tiny moment, something shifts. Not dramatically, but subtly. Like a crack in a foundation, invisible at first, until the whole thing collapses. Pause. Think about the last time you quit. Was it because it was impossible? Or because it was uncomfortable? Chapter 2. The hidden triggers. People think quitting is a decision, but often it's a response, a reaction to a trigger you didn't see. For some, it's the fear of failure. For others, it's the fear of visibility, of being seen, trying, and falling. Sometimes it's not even fear. It's exhaustion. It's perfectionism. It's the crushing weight of, "I should be further by now." Metaphor. It's like trying to sprint with a backpack full of bricks and wondering why you can't keep up. Example. Maria trained for 6 months. She posted every day, followed every plan. But the moment someone close to her said, "You're still doing that little project?" she stopped. Not because she lacked drive, but because that sentence triggered an old wound. I'm never taken seriously. Now pause. What triggers you? Where is your quitting really coming from? Chapter 3. The lie of motivation. You're told, stay motivated. But motivation isn't a resource you tap into. It's a result of small wins. You move, and the spark follows. Example. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation for that. Why? Because it's automatic. It's identity-based. Insight. If you only act when you feel like it, you're a slave to your emotions. But if you act because it's who you are, then motivation becomes irrelevant. So the real shift? Stop trying to get motivated. Start building systems. Chapter 4. The distraction trap. We live in a world built to distract you. Every ding, every scroll, every pop-up is a silent suggestion to stop focusing. Story. Jake had a plan. 2 hours of deep work every morning. But somehow his 5-minute Instagram break became 45 minutes of comparison and doubt. By the time he returned, the mental fog had won. The project stayed unfinished. Not because of lack of talent, but because of leaks in focus. Coaching question. Where is your energy leaking daily? Not your time, your attention. Because quitting doesn't always look like slamming the laptop shut. Sometimes it looks like procrastinating for just one more day. Again, and again, and again. Chapter 5. The myth of progress. Here's the trap. You think progress should always feel exciting, visible, loud. But real growth? It's invisible, silent, often boring. Example. The seed doesn't grow the day you water it. The gym doesn't change you after one session, but something inside is shifting. Metaphor. Like ice melting from -5 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. Nothing appears to happen until the last degree. But all that invisible change mattered. Truth. If you quit because you don't see results, you've misunderstood how success works. Chapter 6. When the voice turns toxic. You're not good enough. You're too late. You'll never make it. That voice is loudest right before the breakthrough. Example. Sasha was about to launch her business. Right before pressing publish, she heard it. "Who do you think you are?" She paused. Froze. Closed the tab. That project never saw daylight. Reframe. That voice? It's your brain trying to protect you, because growth feels like danger. And the brain doesn't want growth. It wants safety. But safety is not the goal. Growth is. Chapter 7. Quitting is a pattern. You think you're quitting this goal, but it's bigger than that. You're repeating a loop. Pattern. Start, get excited, hit resistance, doubt, quit, guilt, wait, restart. Insight. You don't need to win the whole war. Just break the next loop. Today. What if this time you felt the resistance and didn't run? What if you simply continued? It's not about never falling. It's about never quitting at the same place again. Chapter 8. The identity shift. You're just not that type of person. Sound familiar? The fastest way to stay stuck is to keep calling yourself what you were, instead of what you're becoming. Truth. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. Change the story from "I always quit" to "I'm learning to return stronger." Exercise. Repeat this phrase. I may fall, but I never stay down. Say it until your brain believes it. Chapter 9. Start before you're ready. Waiting to feel ready is just a fancy form of avoidance. Example. How many ideas have you buried under someday? How many dreams are collecting dust in the back of your mind? Start before clarity. Move before perfection. Because action isn't the reward of confidence. It's the path to confidence. Chapter 10. The inner contract. Here's your new pact. I will fall. I will doubt. I will fear. But I will not disappear. This is your signature moment. Not the highlight reel, not the final win, but this, the decision to continue in the dark. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a non-negotiable mindset. The contract is this. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, I will return. Conclusion. Don't you dare quit now. You've come too far, even if the results aren't showing yet. The roots are growing. This moment, this exact one, is the one that separates those who almost made it from those who actually do. You want to quit? Fine. But first, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself who you're becoming. Then take one more step. Not because it's easy, but because you are done quitting.